to my channel, so I want to go ahead and introduce myself. I feel like I have not done that yet. My name is Jocelyn. I am 28 years old. I currently live in Texas. I wanted to do a sit down video just so you guys can kind of pick my brain a little bit. I wanted to start a new series called My Digital Diaries. So this is going to be entry number 1. I'm super excited, and I kind of just really wanted to talk about key points that I deal with on a day-to-day basis, to talk to you guys about it, how I personally try to get through it, or tips and tricks on how you can too if you may be dealing with anxiety or low self-esteem. I want to be the person that you guys truly can resonate with. I dealt with anxiety since I was literally 6 years old, and even PTSD. So a lot of people don't know about that PTSD part, and we may get personal on entry number 1. I don't know, but yeah. I don't think I've never said that. Like, I've told my therapist, of course, but no, of course my husband knows, but I have PTSD. Yay, childhood trauma. That's definitely not something to joke about, but that's how I cope, and I've been dealing with it, and we're healthy, you know, we're good, we're thriving. So I kind of wrote down the key points that I wanted to talk about today. Feel free, like, if you ever want to talk to me or whatever, like, literally message me, call me. Well, again, most of the people who literally watch this video are going to be like family and friends, so if you ever just want to talk, I'm here. Just know that, and let's get on with the video. So this is gonna be more of like an advice video, or like how I deal with things personally. This is not tips or tricks that I'm telling you to do, but these are tips that if you want to follow or take, that's perfectly fine. But I really want to talk about tips on loving yourself. That shit takes work. You have to work on that. You cannot just say, oh, I'm gonna love myself today, and then that's it. No, you have to work for it. It's just like in a relationship. You have to truly commit to it and try to be a better and positive person to yourself every single day. Talk to yourself how you would talk to your best friend. You know, cheer them on. Like, you deserve that same love that you are giving to others. Don't make it a bad week. Don't make it a bad month. Don't make it a bad life. Move on, and then that's it. Another tip on loving yourself is, I would say, write down everything you love about yourself. That was the hardest thing for me to hear when I went to my first therapy appointment. She was like,
what do you love about yourself?
I'm like, I like my hair. And she was like, is that all you have to say? And that's all you love about yourself? We have to dig deeper. Like, what makes you you? What makes you smile? What makes you get up in the morning? It cannot just be your hair. So when I started thinking about that, I was like, I have more bad things to say about myself than I do good. It shouldn't be like that, you know. We should be our best friends. We should be so kind and gentle and sweet to our own selves, just like how you would anybody else. I started writing down the things that I love about myself, and I've noticed that my energy has completely changed. Yes, again, I have those bad days, and of course I'm going to be mean to myself. I don't want to sugarcoat that. I want to say, oh, I'm the best to myself ever. I'm so nice every single day. Like, I'm the shit. Like, it took me a long time to get to that point where I genuinely love myself, and that wasn't always the case, you know. Like, I'm somebody who has dealt with depression, who's dealt with anxiety. But it's real, it's raw, you know. This is my digital diary. So write down the things you love about yourself. It has to be about you, not about nobody else. It's not about being cocky. It's about truly understanding what makes you you and what makes you happy to be in your own company. Third advice I would give about loving yourself is invest in yourself. Do something every day that makes you happy and that you're truly investing in yourself. Whether you're working out, whether that's taking a spa day, spending some money, making yourself a delicious dinner, taking yourself out, taking yourself shopping. Invest in yourself. You want to go ahead and get that $2,000 purse and it makes you happy, or if you get a $5 freaking iced coffee and that makes you happy every day, do it. Like, I don't care If people are like, oh, you get coffee every day. If that cup of coffee makes you feel great every single day you get it, drink that coffee in their face, bro. Like, I don't know what to tell you. As long as it makes you happy, do it. If it truly brings you joy, who cares about what other people are saying? If that's something that you like, and people can't handle that, those people are probably not the right people for you. Last thing I would say about self-love is talk to yourself how you would talk to your friends. If you can do it for them, you can do it for yourself. If you can be their biggest cheerleader, you can be your biggest cheerleader. So another question that I got was, if you can talk to your younger self, what would you say to her? Number one, I would give her the biggest hug, and I would say everything's gonna be okay. You will get through it. I don't know why this is making me emotional, but if I can talk to my younger self, I would say, this isn't the life you think it was going to end up when you were at your lowest, because there's so much beautiful life that you have lived, and you have met great people. Yes, you have lost people in your life, but because those people left, you were able to become the strongest person you were supposed to be. In that moment, you weren't strong. That's why you relied on people. But you became so strong when nobody else was there. And you found people that led you to where you were supposed to be. People who literally dragged you to the literal altar so you can have a relationship with Jesus. You were able to shine so bright that your brightness radiated towards others, and those were the people that saw your light. Thank you for never giving up, and I'm happy we did this together. I didn't mean for that to get so emotional, but man, maybe I should start doing this, like the digital diary. But when I was younger, I guess I'll get into it now, right? So when I was younger, only the people who have lived this with me. My brother, he's good now, but my brother nearly drowned. I was the one who found him. I was literally 6 years old when I picked up my dead brother's body and put him right back down, back into the pool, because again, I was 6. I had no strength to pull him out. I was able to call for help. He's good now, but that's the PTSD and the trauma that I live with, and I've always thought it was my fault. So I grew up with anxiety and depression, not really ever understanding where it stemmed from. It stems from the control that I'm needing in my life, or I don't or didn't have that control when I was younger. I would spiral. I would get depressed. I would lash out. I had anger that stemmed into my adulthood, that went into my adulthood. And then when people left my life, again, I had no control over it. I struggle sometimes. Yeah. I don't know why I even said that story, but we're good now. I'm stronger because of it. Oh man, no one really knows that about me. Oh, so I wrote here, I have my notes. It was like, what advice would you give your younger self, right? And of course I was talking about all that, but it said, don't be afraid of losing people. All right, on a brighter note, there's a question that said, what is my biggest achievement in life right now? I would say my family, my husband, and another one I would have to say too is I am getting my master's. I'm almost done. It's crazy to think about because I didn't think I was gonna graduate high school. I always had bad grades. I didn't care about school. I really never saw the purpose of it. New York school system kind of messed me up on that one too, because once you're labeled like a problem kid, you're gonna be stuck in that program until you graduate high school. Most of those kids or whatever that are labeled like the problem, most of them do not graduate high school. My mother was in that program. She didn't graduate. I think she dropped out like her junior year in high school. So yeah, my mother didn't graduate because she was in the same program. She did not want me to deal with that exact same thing, so I fought. I've had many people tell me I would not do anything in my life. I've had many teachers say, oh, she's not smart enough, or they didn't believe in me, or they pretty much gave up. They kind of just passed me along to whoever. I went to at least 10 elementary schools. I went to 2 in New York, and then when we moved to Florida, my mom said I didn't start, so that's my 3rd one. And then from that first one, we went to another one, and another one. And then that's when I ended up in Moore Elementary in Tampa. Then we moved back to Florida. I went to PS 107 and PS 97. And then, dang it, how many is that already? we moved back to Florida after we moved back to New York. We went back to Florida. And then I went to Margate Elementary School. And then we moved to Texas. And then I went to May Stevens. And then that's where I finished my high school here. So, which is really weird for me because I was always moving around. So I was so used to it. All the elementary schools I went to equals biggest achievements because I didn't think I would graduate high school. Because teachers said I wouldn't amount to anything. Anyways, I'm getting my master's in business marketing. So another question I got is, what keeps you going in life? Jesus Christ, the Lord, hello. My husband, my parents, and my family, of course. And just the drive to be better and to see what this beautiful world has for me. Alright, so this was a fun question. Somebody asked me, what am I reading? I've been reading Colleen Hoover's Verity book for the last 2 months. And I think I'm only on chapter 5. Because only reason why it's been like 2 months and I'm still reading them on chapter 5 is because I'm prioritizing all my homework. Sounds like a legitimate reason, right? I don't know, we're still reading and hopefully I finish it by the end of 24. Anyways, another lighthearted question I got was, what is my next trip? So, I kind of have a few planned. Personally, I want to do more travel content. I want to be more like a travel content creator, but I've gone to California recently. I go to New York at least every other year, if not every year. I go to Florida pretty often. But I really want to go to Seattle, Washington soon. So we might take a trip to Seattle in November, December. And then next year, we're going international, bitch. I have not taken an international trip with my husband yet, and this will be the first one, or first 5, I don't know. We are going to go to the UK first. So we're gonna go to London. I'm so excited. So we're gonna go to London, and then we're gonna hop over to Europe. I have a friend who lives in Portugal, so we might head up Portugal. And then because he's in Portugal, we might go to Italy. And then I have an uncle who lives in Spain, so we might go to Spain too. But I just want to thank you guys for watching. If you watched this far, hopefully, I feel like you didn't, so you didn't see me cry. And if you saw me cry, don't talk about it. I didn't really cry, so points for me. But anyways, I just want to say thank you so much for watching my video. And if you haven't yet already, subscribe down below. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Bye guys, till next week.